didn't tell me where you went. All the messages I sent with no reply. It's like that. You're just gonna walk into my room. I hate how you assume I'll take the pleasure and the pain, the sorrows in your brain, 'cause I know you're on the run. I'll take the pleasure and the pain, your secrets to my grave.
Good Monday.
Happy Monday.
Good Monday. Who's taking it?
You.
All right. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Look at this view behind us. Oh my gosh.
We are in Myrtle Creek, Oregon.
Our delivery is done. You probably saw some footage of that. That was cool. He actually showed us the
filtration part that they do their work on. So
yeah. So basically it comes here and they put their stuff in it and then it goes back. So
yeah, which will be a couple months. He said, well, this is going to be heading back. I'm like, ooh, wait, maybe we can hang around and wait for it. He's all, no, it'll be like 2 months.
And when it goes back, it has to be temp controlled. So yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that anyway. But it was still really cool seeing it, and yeah, that kind of stuff is really cool. I wish we could show more of our loads and talk about them like that. It's just a lot of the stuff we can't.
Yeah.
So sorry. I know people have commented, why don't you show your loads? And yeah, it's just a lot of stuff we can't. But I would say like 99% of the places we go, we can't even film. Filming or photography is not allowed. Yeah.
Big old signs when you roll into the place. No photography. No. So you got to respect those places. But we are delivered and we are getting ready to head down to Sacramento. We just feel that's going to be a better place for us to get a load. There's only one cargo van down there and one straight truck, so a lot better area than Oregon. So we're going to get to see a lot of beautiful scenery heading down. I think we'll stop at Mount Shasta, get a drone flight.
Yeah, last time we were there it was covered in clouds, so you couldn't really see it. Remember?
Yeah.
That was a while. But that's when we went to the weed store, the souvenir
weed
store.
Shop.
The weed shop.
The souvenir place.
Yeah.
But we'll stop, Mount Shasta, try to get a quick drone flight there maybe. So let's go.
All right, let's go.
Secrets to
happy hands. What's up, everybody? Well, we made it down to Sacramento.
We did.
Well, the 49er.
Yeah.
Sacramento, yeah.
Yeah.
We drove down last night. Well, yesterday, right after our delivery.
Not one call, one load, anything yesterday. Seen a few come over today. One that just came over right now, but I think the agent's trying to hold it or save it for one of the Ranger guys. He's a Ranger agent, doesn't do much Express America stuff.
Yeah, it's been really quiet.
Really quiet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure we'll get something.
Yeah.
I'm never too worried about it. We're not depressed about it or nothing.
No. No. We don't mind the sitting every once in a while.
We do not mind. So, shoot, we just sat last week. I didn't mind one bit of it.
No, we had a nice long run over the weekend.
I love being plugged up to shore power.
I know. That is the one thing I love about being
Love
it.
Yeah, I only stress when I'm having to run my generator a bunch.
I know. Well, when we were in Massachusetts for those 4 days, 3.5 days, whatever, we ran the generator the whole time.
The whole time.
And the first fill up after, I think our fuel mileage was like
6.6 miles a gallon because we use so much running the generator.
Yeah, So to be able to, plug up to the shore power is really nice. Even though we do have to pay for parking here, and I know we've talked about this before, but
yeah, it's cheaper.
We're gonna hold out up here
till tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
See, we may just make the move on down to the LA area. Up here isn't looking too promising. We always get good loads out of lower Southern California, so that might be our move. Just it's what you have to do sometimes.
Yeah. Reposition.
If it ain't working, move somewhere else to make it work.
Yeah, that's what we were kind of hoping with this load that he called on. It was just California to California, but it was taking us south.
It would have took us south, yeah.
Yeah, so at least get paid to go south.
Would have been nice to get the load, but yeah, he just, I don't know. We'll see if he calls back. I left my number and all that. That's the thing with expediting sometimes. You have to make that decision. Do I sit up here and wait 3, 4, 5 days waiting to see if I get a load, or do I just go ahead and fork up $150 or $100 that it's going to cost me to run down there and a day's worth of driving to go ahead and get me that good load that takes me across the country? Or even a load. I was talking to somebody last week, Alan from Everything Apex, and he was saying somebody took a load to Washington, and they've been up there a week now, and they've been getting pissed off at dispatch because dispatch hadn't been able to find them a load. But dispatch told them, if you take this load going up there, we probably will not be able to get you a load coming out. And the guy was like, oh yeah, that's fine, thinking they probably could get him a load out, I guess. I would never sit up anywhere for a week. You got to go ahead and make that move.
Yeah, that's...
Because you're wasting a week's worth of time. So the $100 it costs to move versus the week's worth of no income coming in at all. I mean, I'd rather spend the $100.
Especially that. Was he a van driver?
Cargo van, yeah.
Yeah, that's even less to move. I would definitely move it.
Yeah, it might cost them $60. Yeah. It probably costs us about $150.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I always like boggles my mind when I hear drivers that
Does it put your mind in a bottle?
It's bottled, mind bottling.
It's bottled up.
These drivers that drive for fleet owners, and they say the fleet owners told them not to move, just to sit there and wait. And I'm like, why would you do that?
That's crazy.
I mean, not any fault of the driver. If the fleet owner is telling them to do that, it's their truck,
But why would a fleet owner do that?
Why would a fleet owner do that especially in a bad area?
Yeah,
that's just
now.
crazy.
I understand it costs money to move the vehicle, and you probably shouldn't take loads into bad areas like that anyway, unless it's paying that much. But if you do take that load, get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there quick.
Yeah, that's
don't
really
roll the dice and hope you get a load.
Yeah, the longer you're out here, you'll start to learn the areas where you can and can't get out of.
And some companies can get you loads out of those areas, and some others can't, I
mean, just like here, there's times we've come up here. The last time we came up here to Northern California, we had a load right out.
Yeah.
This time we're here, we delivered in Oregon, made the move down here, nothing. But it's only been a day. But we're not going to sit here for 2, 3, 4 days.
No.
If we don't have nothing by tomorrow, we're going to head south.
We're gone.
That's what we got to do. That's the nature of the game. And
it's not that we don't mind sitting, but notoriously, Sacramento, Northern California area isn't the best for loads.
Yeah.
And it's even worse during certain times of economic periods, you know. So we all know trucking's slow right now. So sitting around in an area like this is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, yeah, our plan is I think I'm going to clean the truck, actually. We just had some lunch. Uber Eats, yes.
Uber Eats.
We got some barbecue. That was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Tri-tip, sausage, and salad.
And salads, yeah.
Really good.
Kept it keto.
Uber Eats is kind of pricey.
It is.
But
barbecue is pricey, so
yeah,
it's not so much the Uber Eats that was expensive. It's more the barbecue, because I spent $40 just in meats.
Yeah, tri-tip and sausage.
Tri-tip and sausage, yeah.
And it depends where you're at. I mean, California, they're pricey on stuff anyway here. Right. So we need to get some groceries, and we do have a few things, but I don't have anything thought out, so we just did the Uber Eats. And doing it every once in a while, we don't mind. It makes it nice, bring it right to your truck pretty much.
Yeah.
We did it in a rest area in Connecticut or Massachusetts when we were there last week. Got 5 guys. It was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
But we're rambling.
I'm
going to get busy. I'm going to clean the truck and do a few things, see if this guy calls back, and we'll keep y'all updated.
Cool.
What's up, everybody? Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day. well, we got a load, kinda.
Kind of. It's ours, but we don't have it yet.
Yeah.
Or it can't be assigned to us.
Big debacle with it. One agent had it. It was already his load, but he's not allowed to dispatch it to us because
he's a Ranger agent.
He's a Ranger agent.
Express America.
We're Landstar Express. So he had to give the load to the Express America agent who handles this area, because that guy's the only one allowed to give loads to drivers in this area per whatever thing they got going on with Landstar. I don't even try to understand it, because it's way over my head, and you know, it's too much. But
we should talk about this really quickly. You know, the difference between how we got loads at Panther versus here. You know, at Panther they have dispatchers. Dispatchers that make an hourly rate. They have their own customers. Customers call Panther, and this is a lot of the expedite carriers. Their customers will call, the dispatchers take the loads, and then they look in at the area where the load is picking up at what trucks they have, and they call those trucks to see if they'll take the load.
Yeah. Well, they bid on loads too.
They do bid on loads too. But the premises is the same. It's dispatchers putting the info in, seeing what trucks are in the area to pick it up, and calling those trucks with the loads.
Yeah.
At Landstar, we deal with agents, which they're not dispatchers sitting at an office in one area like Panther. They're all over the United States, and different agents have different customers. They have different areas that they can get loads in. There's also the mix, like Jason was saying, you know, there's Ranger agents, there's Express agents, and there's in-way agents. And there may be even more than that I don't know about. But all of these, there's a lot of logistics that goes into it that we don't totally understand. Sometimes Rangers can't get express loads and vice versa.
And
even though it's all Landstar, it's separate.
It's separate. They're separate companies.
Yeah.
But it's so confusing. It really is.
Right. So we rely on these agents to work to get these loads and to help us to get loads.
Right. And that was the whole point we came to Landstar, was because the way they operate. Agents are independent people just like us as drivers. They do not make money unless they are getting loads covered. So with a dispatcher, they're getting paid an hourly rate usually anyway, so whether they get the load covered or not. Now I'm sure they're under their own pressures of how many loads they got to get covered, all that good stuff. But with agents, you know, they have the motivation usually to get as many loads as they can when they have drivers in their areas, so that to make the most money. So that was a great thing we loved about, you know, coming to Landstar. But some of the agents don't have that drive.
Yeah. And here's another thing that's different is these agents have their own trucks sometimes, or their own.
Sometimes. Yeah. I haven't seen that a lot.
I haven't either, but they do, or they have their favorite drivers. That's why it's real important at Landstar is you make good relationships with these agents.
Yeah.
Because you want to get on their good side so that they'll use you for loads. I mean, it's up to them. They could put a load out. You could call them. They don't have to give it to you.
No. If
they
do
not
like
have to give it to us.
Yeah.
It is up to them. Maybe they don't like us. Maybe they've got another truck that they've worked with more they trust.
They
know, they just don't know us, or vice, things like that. So it's really difficult when we find out that when we come to areas and there's loads out there that we've heard about from other agents that we have good relationships with, that the agents that are in that area aren't bidding on for the trucks that are here.
They're not going after those loads, and
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
That's the kind of differences.
We don't get paid if we don't work. If we don't have people out there working with us to help get us loads, and when we're in their areas, when there are loads to get, and there's nothing you can do about that, we can't go and say, well, I ain't gonna work with that agent. I'll go get another agent to get me that load. It
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that with Landstar.
Yeah.
Some agents, they have a dedicated area, and if a load's coming out of that area, no other agent is allowed to bid on that load for us, and it causes a bunch of problems between the agents if one does it. And we've had one do it before.
Yeah.
And not too long ago, we were up in the Sacramento area, and an agent in another part of the country seen the load. The agent that gets this area wasn't working on getting on it. We are heading out that way, so he went ahead and bid on it and got it for a really good rate, whereas the agent that has this area gets them for really cheap. He always bids it really cheap. But we got that load from the other agent, and I guess apparently they had to split it, or he had to give all of the money to the agent of this area because this is his.
Even though he didn't do any work to get the load.
He didn't do any of the work to get the load.
There's a lot of politics involved. I don't know politics, logistics. I don't know that's crazy.
It really is. That's a hard part of. We're just trying to pick up and deliver loads. That's all we want to do, I don't care about politics or logistics. Whoever can get the load should get the load,
Yeah.
If you take the time and effort to look at load boards and look where drivers are and see that a driver's heading to this area and there's a load here, you can go ahead and try to bid on to try to get for them, and they should be allowed to do it,
Yeah, I think
that
so
whole
too.
politics stuff, I just say it costs us money, it costs Landstar money, it's just wasting loads, and especially this year, last year was so good, it was easy to keep busy.
Yeah.
This year it's a little bit harder, you got to put forth a little bit more effort, whereas some agents aren't putting in that effort.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of agents who do. Like, I'm not talking bad about agents.
No.
There are a lot of really good agents that go that extra mile trying to find when drivers are coming in and find loads and keep us busy.
But then there's some areas with agents that you have to call them or email them and let them know you're coming to their area. To hopefully they'll look for a load for you.
Yeah.
Some agents, they keep tabs on the trucks and know where you're at and know who's going where.
Yeah.
And some agents just rely on the drivers calling them and letting them know they're going to be in their area. Yeah. So it's a lot different from going from a place like Panther to here.
Yeah, or FedEx, and it's a big difference.
Not that it's bad, it's just a learning curve. So
huge learning curve.
We're just really
there's a lot of politics involved.
A lot, and we just wanted to really share it because it's going on right now with us, and just to let some of you all know who are maybe thinking about going and making a move to Landstar. This is some of the stuff you have to deal with.
We still love being with Landstar. Yeah. We still love it because all the good agents we work with, they're amazing people. Just as hardworking and business minded as we are. But then there's a lot that aren't.
Yeah.
So. I would say more are than aren't, but the ones that aren't really piss you off.
Yeah. So we're at a Walmart right now. Actually, I think I'm going to run in and just get us a few things, and I don't know. We were hoping to pick this load up today to deliver Friday, but the later it gets, it's probably going to be, we're going to have to wait till Friday to pick it up.
We may have to,
We don't want to sit on it for 4 days. It's not a load that we can really do that with. It's got to be picked up and taken. So
yeah.
We won't end it here yet. I know this video is probably getting long with us, that long ramble.
Big old ramble.
We'll wait and find out after this agent gets with us, and we'll let you know what happens and end it then.
Yeah, go shopping.
Okay.
Go get me some.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Well, we got the load. It don't pick up till Friday.
Yeah. It was just because he got the info too late in the day. By the time we would have got it picked up, we could have picked it up today. But the problem is sitting on it for 4 days, because we would not have made it by the time they're receiving closed Friday.
Yeah.
So, and to avoid that, we're now picking it up Friday.
Yeah.
And run it over the weekend and deliver Monday.
Which is,
I mean, it's a load. Things are just slow right now. I mean, a lot of people...
yeah. Well, you know, I don't think it's really as slow as everybody thinks so.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more people can be doing to alleviate this, how slow it is, but they're not. So, and in the end game, the driver suffers, you know?
Yeah.
It really does. We're in a position where it doesn't bother us that much, but I know there's a lot of drivers out there struggling right now. Solo guys, people with other companies, you know, all that. But we've always been in preparation for slower times, you know. That's always been a really big goal of ours. So
yeah, and should be of anybody who's out here, because
really
slow times happen.
Yeah.
No matter what you drive.
It's funny, every time it gets slow in trucking, everybody starts looking to jump ship and go to another company, when it's not going to be any different. Yeah. It's really not going to be any different. You're trading one wart for another kind of thing. You know, if it's that bad you need to move.
Yeah.
But don't move because it's slow, you know, because most likely you're just going to be putting yourself right back in the same position, being slow. That's just what it is right now.
Yep, it's what it is. But we went to Trader Joe's and got stocked up on groceries. Yay. We've been eating out so much.
Too much.
It gets too expensive to eat out. It's nice to eat out, don't get me wrong. But yeah, the food quality is not like, whoa.
What we make. Yeah. Whenever you go out to eat, sure, there's great places, but the food we make is just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the food she makes.
Well, the quality of food, too, makes a difference. You know, we buy a lot of organic, and we do pay more for what we buy, but that's what we like. So we are going to...
end it here with no load for this vlog.
Yeah, and I'm getting...
Well, we delivered in the beginning of this one.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, you got to see some cool
That's right.
stuff.
You got to still see some cool stuff. So we'll pick up the next one probably after we get picked up, tell you all about the load we're going to have running over the weekend again.
Yeah.
I am buying Rocket Man on iTunes right now. We stopped at Best Buy and got a cord so we could play it on our TV.
Yep, from the phone to the TV. So.
Yeah, Rocket Man. Love it. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, guys. Thank you guys as always for watching and subscribing.
Until our next video.
Peace, love, and expediting.
Hey.
Are you guys excited to see Rocket Man?
Hey.
Are you excited? Mommy's excited. Yes, I am.